Hey guys, welcome to the top 5 most disappointing games of 2015. This is my personal opinion, so feel free to agree or disagree, along with leaving your own personal opinions in the comment section below on what game was the most disappointing for your expectations this year. So let's get started with number 5, Saints Row 4 Gat Out of Hell. Now, I'm a huge Saints Row fan, and unfortunately, they're really pushing it with this series with me. I know for a fact that it will never be the same series as it once was that I grew to love back in Saints Row 1 and 2. But that doesn't mean I'll stop giving it a chance, but unfortunately the past 2 games, Saints Row 4 and Saints Row 4 Gat Out of Hell especially, it's just the quality is not there, and that's why Gat Out of Hell is on this list. It doesn't do anything new or innovative to this series. It runs on the same engine as the past 2 games have, 3 and 4. It doesn't let you use your customizable character that you have been in the past games as well. Instead, you're Johnny Gat or Kenzie Kensington. Not to mention how quick you can actually beat this game if you just play through the story. This apparent standalone expansion really just feels like tacked on DLC. And if you go to the PlayStation or Xbox store now, it's priced as a tacked on DLC, as it should. Truth be told, I don't even believe it's worth mentioning to be a top 5 most disappointing game of 2015. It's probably the most disappointing DLC of 2015. But we'll keep it in here and move on to number 4, Just Cause 3. I don't understand how you have something going for you. You have a formula going, and then in the sequel, you just kind of mess with it a little bit. I don't know what you do with it. You just kind of turn the knob to full instead of half. The game just feels different and ugly. Like Saints Row, Just Cause messed up a little bit with Just Cause 3. Don't get me wrong, Just Cause 3 is a fun game. It really is. But unfortunately for the game, it has a lot of bugs. But that's not really new for this series. This series is filled with glitches. But in 2015, where next-gen consoles run at 60 FPS, why doesn't Just Cause 3 run at 60 FPS? Huh? Why? Can you give me an explanation? Why are the graphics subpar? And why do they look like last-gen consoles? If you want to buy this game, I would recommend you buying it for PC, even though if PC has similar glitches, at least it'll run smoother. Hopefully. I don't even know, but I'm assuming it does. It's PC Master Race. At number 3, Star Wars Battlefront. Now, unlike the last 2 games that I mentioned, it's not broken, it's not too short. Actually, no, it is too short. It lacks content just like Saints Row 4 Gat Out of Hell did. But unlike Gat Out of Hell, the rest of the game, it's DLC. Yeah, you get half the game by purchasing it now, and then you get the other half by purchasing it later, with no clue of what the content you're purchasing is going to be. You're a blind sheep, led by one of the most scumbag companies out there for microtransaction and DLC in EA. My biggest mistake was buying Battlefront day 1, but on the good side, I did buy it for PC, which was at least $12 cheaper than what I would have bought if I bought it on Xbox or PS4. So that's good, but will I buy the $50 DLC expansions? Probably not. I rarely even touch the game now because, like I said in the beginning, it lacks content. It doesn't make me want to come back home and play the game. Unless I watch Star Wars and I want to watch everything Star Wars and I want to play the game. But unfortunately, when I play the game, it's not fun because it goes full circle. It lacks content. And that's the biggest problem with Star Wars Battlefront, besides it being super casual, but that's another story for another time. At number 2, Evolve. Just like Star Wars Battlefront, another game that lacks content. Because guess what? It's hidden in DLC. If you want to play the rest of the game, you're going to have to spend a lot of money on day 1 DLCs and season passes, when in reality, this game really should be a free-to-play game considering on how it plays. In my opinion, this game is one of the most overhyped games of 2015 and one of the worst games of 2015. I remember playing the beta back on the Xbox One, and I thought it was a nice game until I realized that, wait, I gotta pay DLC to get the other characters, to get the other monsters, to get the other maps. Like, what? And if the developers of Evolve decide to make a second game, please just make it a free-to-play game. Throw in all that microtransactions for weapon skins, player skins, nothing that actually affects the gameplay, but just, something that looks nice, and then maybe people won't complain about it as much as they did this year. Microtransactions killed a lot of games this year, that's for sure. At number 1, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Now, personally, I did not play this game. This is the only game on the list I did not play because I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I remember growing up, I used to play the old Tony Hawk Pro Skaters on the PlayStation, and then I eventually moved on to Skate. And Skate was like a revolutionary skateboarding game, and it just continued to get better in the series. And after Skate 3, fingers crossed that EA ever decides to make a Skate 4. I mean, please, after this mess. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Skate 4 after this mess, because don't make games like this, developers, in 2016, please. If we see another game like this in 2016, your company should just be shut down. And although I don't like you, EA, I would love you a lot more if you decided to make Skate 4. So if you could do that, I could retract some of my hate for you. But anyways, that's my top 5 most disappointing games of 2015. Let me know in the comment section below what top 5 games of your choice should be on this list. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.